Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to more Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. Last time we left off, we finished part 1, or chapter 1, sorry. And now we're going to continue on to chapter 2, which is Turnabout Airlines. And I'm hype. Also, in between episodes, never mind, I'll say it later. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief, the Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Whoa. 2 days earlier. Whoa. Yeah, this is pretty important. Why didn't you tell us this? Oh, okay. It's not blood. Never mind. I got really drunk. I fly. Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. Thank you for flying I Fly Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We're asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seat belts. Screw you, you can't tell me what to do. Whoa! Turns out the blood was, when the wine was blood the entire time. Though that looks like blood to me. Oh. Ow, that really hurt. Alright, well. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13, huh? Because I was up for about 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, why is this going so slow, man? Turn to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight, though admittedly I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet end up in my pocket? Sorry. Oh, my head. Why won't this headache go away? Take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. I know. It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. That would suck, being afraid of elevators. Like, fine, I'll take the stairs. Oh god, they killed Tagami! What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. He's dead! Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Something happened? You're murderer! No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. At least I don't think it was. No, I can't really feel my head. Everyone, I am sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenero. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this flight. An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I got a glimpse and it was a murder. Murder? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off. Please, there is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. Really? I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you I am not the killer. Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say. However, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear in my honor as a professional flight attendant. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenero, was it? Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case, and a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. You know, I know you're playing me, but you're right. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then. Let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. Oh, okay. What Miss Tenero saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. What do I have? So I got a travel wallet. Okay. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So if you cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you can ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. I wasn't holding the murder weapon, stupid. I was holding a travel thing. I thought it was a wallet, to be honest, but whatever. It's in front of the elevator. It was you standing there, except it wasn't me, because I'm a boss. And if I did kill somebody, I wouldn't be that stupid. Miss Tenero. What's with the yelling all of a sudden? Force of habit. Sorry. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes. All that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero. What? Impossible! Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? I saw blood dripping from the wallet, I know it! As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained, but if you'd be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice. Then... That's right, you mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. No! There, and that should clear up that pesky accusation. Hold it! Oh, that was you. Wait just a second. We didn't want to pay somebody to come in and say hold it. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand that you show me what's inside, please. She's trembling, and the tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. Oh, she's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Tenero, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. All right. I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. Seems his passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there is nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet as the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Please, hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, what is it now? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... Just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks. Ackby Hicks. Which makes it the victim's property. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. Oh. Miss Tenero's logic. As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? I didn't even know he had money, so... But there's no money inside of it. Wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenero. What is it now? Miss Tenero, I wonder if you noticed a contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? Simply put, as you saw with your own eyes, the only thing inside Mr. Hicks' wallet was his passport. If I really was after his money, then why would I steal a penniless travel wallet? But that's right, you, Mr. Edgeworth. You didn't know it was empty when you stole it. You would like to think that, but that's not possible. What do you mean it's not possible? There is no way the killer didn't know that the wallet was empty to begin with. Oh, and what makes you so sure? How can I show her that the killer knew the wallet to be empty from the get-go?
Take that!
If you would recall the crime scene... Oh, because it was on the floor, right? I admit that the wallet was probably not empty at the time of the murder. That's pretty evident by the bills and cards strewn around on the inside of the elevator. Oh no! I think you've come to realize the problem with your logic. I would surmise that the victim's wallet fell out during their struggle, and that's when its contents emptied onto the floor of the elevator. I doubt the killer could have missed such an occurrence. Then you're saying... Yes, according to your supposition, if I were the killer, I would have been going after a wallet I knew to be empty. And since I clearly was not attempting to gather the scattered money, it renders your argument of theft completely invalid. Forgive me, please. We did it. Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? So that guy isn't the killer? Don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick. Will you all just be quiet? Miss Tenero. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you for releasing me. What? What the heck? No. Okay, I thought that was about to be either Machi or Lamroar, and I was about to be like, what? Wait, that wouldn't make any sense. This game takes place before those games, right? God, I don't know the timeline. I'm sorry. What is it now? Miss Tenero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. It sounds like Virginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... said that he's given the runabout. I don't require an interpreter or speak English just well, see? You, the attendant. Yes, sir? I want this person to be under arrest until we arrive at the airport. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Please, I would like to hear why you want me to be held under arrest until we land. You, how dare you try to waste my time? You're the one who struck your nose into my affair. I want to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. Well, I'd hope that I don't dissolve in water, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I'm Zinc LeBlanc II. I'm a very wealthy man in the Borginia, but I'm not an ordinary rich man. I'm an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now? LeBlanc? I feel like that was a name before, but... Pardon? When you said Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout, I have to explain? Unbelievable. I'll say it once and only once. I don't even have a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I saw it, yes I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Hicks was his name, was it? I say that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was this prosecutor, yes? Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too, I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. I was still eating, still haven't finished, see? The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No compliant, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say, but do you have, what you say, the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony. Of course, I was looking at the man the whole time. He was playing with that annoying little, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yeah, that's what you people call it in English, right? Making me crazy with the click, click, click. In that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say, I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. A simple cell phone, a laptop or organizer can see, but that's kind of low budget. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty, all it produces is ugly sounds. Anyways, I know what I saw. Miss Tenero. Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? You would grant me a little measure of time. I'm sure I can produce the real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. Yeah, I think that's how you say it in English. It's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Tenero, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Ha! This should not be approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, it's an emergency. All decisions are being made by the captain alone. Now please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. You are not planning to erase evidence when you're doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Ha! We will see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable! I'm in your debt, Miss Tenero. However, there's one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course. I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural, as I am still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you need my help with anything, please feel free to touch the partner button. It's time to enter the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. How do I get down? Where are the stairs? Ah, I had to go to the other side, my bad. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Tenero. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you to that extent. I don't want you to think your standing with me has changed. I see. I will bear that in mind. Received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation when we feel you are not making progress. When we do, we ask that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy classes, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. We found no record of a keycard being used at all, which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Begin investigation. Okay. Now then, let's get started. But where do we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. If you're to believe what you say is true, then yes. The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Aha! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence in this scene? I'm gonna say it's the broken glass, maybe? Oh, wait. Oh, footsteps! I didn't even see that. What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they're a set of footprints. So you think... Yes, these belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that'll be of any help to us. Fortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it too hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. What floors does this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew card. So the only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Is this the Thinker again? What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor? Oh, it's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Mr. iFly. Just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell in an in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition and is so popular we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter of the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? Appears to have a paper coming out. There's something sticking out of his pocket. We won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. Okay. There we go. Mr. Hicks' machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? His cell phone, Mr. Narrow. Ah, so I guess it's because it's not here. Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it. Try this. Boom! A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes, what is it? The way the blood is on this looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we deserving of the Master of Obvious title? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figurine is a murder weapon. Oh, I just knew it! I mean, you can't think of any other connection. Perhaps Master of the Obvious would be more befitting. Master of the Oblivious, sorry. Oh, okay, I didn't know that would be right. True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. The killer was in the elevator along with the victim, and that's a different story. I don't think this is right, but I don't know. Oh, what? Okay, I have it! I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the grape juice in this case. Those footsteps here confess to me this very fact. Someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means... Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Boom. Investigation complete. There we go. That took a little bit, but we did it. What's going on over there? Unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late.
But the movie...
What? I will not talk to you anymore. You're just wasting my time.
What does it matter, Mr. LeBlanc? There's no emergency. Please return to your seat, sir.
Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet?
If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now.
What? Nonsense. Are you saying that my eyewitness testimony is mistaken?
Not mistaken, merely that there's room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more.
Fine. Suit yourself. Let's go.
Time to prove my innocence.
I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointing to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal.
Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me.
So, my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry! Do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you?
Why is he so irritating? I'm the one irritated. I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast. I wasn't paying attention to that thing at all, so I hope I can figure this out. Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time?
Of course, as I was inside.
And you're sure that the victim was in the elevator alone?
Yes, the only person inside that was Mr. Hicks, man.
This last outburst is a bit too important to let go. The only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man, except that's not true, because
boom.
Mr. LeBlanc,
what is it?
there's a very glaring contradiction in your testimony.
What do you mean?
Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice.
Yes, and will you admit you also spilled it with blood?
No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice
Footprints! Footprints?
Yes, the ones that led from the elevator within out into the lounge itself.
It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator.
Alive. Ugh. There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth? Can you please translate for us? No way. That's totally impossible, I guess is what he said.
No way, that is totally impossible. I know there was no other person there. I saw it with my own eyes.
You want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. Suppose she was right. He doesn't seem to be lying. Then what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc. Please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me?
I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time, over and over again, having to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me, and I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear, there was no one else inside. No one!
Mr. LeBlanc, if you please calm down.
What? Dare you too have an issue with my eyewitness testimony?
No, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying, but I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. No, he's fighting pretty hard. Why were you so attentive to the time?
Because something unforgivable is happening.
Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier.
I was given a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time, in money. You understand the point.
Movies? You're talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? Summary of the plot and start time. Interesting.
We're supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I look forward greatly to that movie. I check my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule, but the movie was still late. Very, very late.
Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if that's alright. Maybe I want to see when that starts, so I check my pocket watch many times. My watch is set to my destination's time. I always set it when I board the plane. I don't know why this is wrong, but whatever. Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony.
I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board.
Now, if your watch had been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination.
Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents.
I would like you to take a look at this. Oh, all times shown correspond to our departure time zone. If you believe the Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Mr. Tenero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at the transfer point. That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhengfa. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now, we are still running on Borginian time.
What?
The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule.
What?
Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m.
Why 1,000,000 cents?
This should clear up all the remaining accusations. So this basically winds the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. Means the time of death could be anywhere from 3 a.m. to 6:15 a.m. Question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are... I'm Cammy Mealy. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story's a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know? What? How can you be so sure of the time? Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point. Oh, that was me. Sorry. Well, it's stopping me for refueling cargo transfer at Zhengfa, correct? Yeah, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. During that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off, or on in Zhengfa. What about the flight crew? A few here handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off, but eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane. So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. Should keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Ackby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Alright, then that puts the time of murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhengfa.
Ugh! You were here the whole time from 5, yes? And you were the only one who could be the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. Then how do we explain the footprints?
Is that not obvious? The man waited for Mr. Hicks here in the lounge, waited to kill him. Then he put the corpse in the elevator. That's when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may be mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the 2nd floor does not matter, because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge.
Everything happened in this lounge? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc?
What? Do you have another idea?
I suddenly feel that there is something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is it something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge? The phone...
Oh, wait.
The gift shop, maybe? The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious?
Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you are innocent at all.
Is there no way to win with this man? If I may...
What is it?
You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says.
Oh, and why do you know this so well?
Well, it's just that the piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.
Isn't that just before we hit the patch of turbulence?
That's right.
You were in the shop just before the turbulence.
Yes I was. Come to think of it, Miss Tenero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room.
Then, you were on the first floor?
Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to use the shop first and then the flight attendant's room.
I see you passed by me at some point.
Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by.
I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was.
Anyway, Piggy Bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there.
Why did you go to the shop in the first place?
I went there for a work-related matter.
Work, you say?
Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why do you say nothing about that until now is what I want to know.
In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then?
What is it now?
Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Did you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten, but I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright. Huh? That's weird.
What is?
Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenero?
You mean she's lying? Go on, admit you are. You said you have permission to search all over, but you don't. Here you are.
You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull a sheep over us?
Captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way.
Miss Tenero, why would you do such a thing?
Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would follow me, I will be your guide from now on.
There's something about Miss Tenero that has piqued my curiosity, but right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. Oh god, this isn't done yet? Holy crap. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here.
You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then.
Hold it! You can't clean up a potential crime scene.
Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much.
Mustn't rush things here. Must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There's a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Souvenirs on sale at this display. I suggest... So I read no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip.
Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present?
Can't think of a single reason why I want to buy you anything.
But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time.
Just paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. Glass from the display case door is shattered all over the floor, and it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat? Huh. What are these?
Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it.
Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world you try, then buy.
No way! But either way, it doesn't really matter.
True. Either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they boarded the plane?
Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Mr. iFly heads painted on there. Cute company mascot, isn't he? Painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you?
It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach.
Huh? Oh, I guess there's no feeling your refined tastes. You look like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done, though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay?
But I never showed any interest in it to begin with.
It is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? That suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda.
Miss Tenero designed this?
Yeah, it was a company-wide contest.
Well, it does have a very sharp design sense.
Sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. Cheddar. I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so... bleh.
Miss Tenero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. Ah!
You okay?
I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Millie. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation.
Here, I'll put it back.
What? Oh, okay.
That probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's go give it a see. Okay. That's what I thought, but I was like... Okay. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it? Okay. Eh? Really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop. Oh, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So come on, how should I know anything? Since that further inspection of this display case is needed. The rest of them inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. There's definitely something unusual about this. About what? The killer had broken the glass at Mr. I-Flight Bank. There should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it would be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. No, there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time, too. Eh? That's nice. Which leads me to believe the killer took Mr. I-Fly from here after the turbulence. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Mealy, and listen to what I'm talking. But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility. But then what if the killer went to take Mr. I-Fly? They broke the glass by accident. Display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could have. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Miss Rhoda De Niro, huh? Woo! Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. Yeah, the suitcases shouldn't move. That doesn't really make sense. What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Mealy, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, sure. They totally use strange, like this color and the such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after the creator. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Mealy. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. Wonder how Miss Rhoda would react if she heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I spotted something that's not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase? Oh! I see. Why do these not have hinges? Something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in? There are no stoppers in place of these. Without stoppers, one would think the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it was very likely this suitcase was placed there after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? It appears to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. Ah! It's blood! It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to a murder after all. Ooh, that took a while. So explain this to me. What does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps? But aren't you just talking about the cloth, then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is... it's a good question, because I don't really know. This? Immediately, wake up! Huh? Did she say something just now, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I don't think that's it. Wait. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Oh my god, they moved the body. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Wow. But, In light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved in the elevator from someplace else, which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it?
Exactly.
What is it? Nothing. Just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, it's me. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. Says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments, however, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites, under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Mealy reminded me about Miss Tenario, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light.
There we go. Wow, that was a long one, I'm not gonna lie. Been playing this for about an hour, which is, I mean, not long compared to some of the Apollo Justice episodes. Like, those were crazy. You'd be surprised how much I had actually cut out from them. There'd usually be about 20 to 30 minutes of cut content from every episode of just me being stupid. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to end today's episode here for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. So you're going to see more of this awesome game. We're going to be playing it till the end. I'm super excited. Love this game. I'll see you all later. Peace out!